Welcome back to Dark Truth Files. Tonight, we uncover one of the most disturbing cases ever hidden in the deserts of New Mexico. The story of David Parker Ray and what became known as the Toy Box. In 1999, a terrified woman stumbled out of the desert in New Mexico. She was covered in blood and dirt and had escaped in nothing but her underwear and socks. And when she finally flagged down a passing motorist and explained what had happened, the details were so horrific that even seasoned police officers were sickened by them. She told them that she had been kidnapped, tortured, mutilated, and held captive with chains in a soundproof box for several days. When she finally managed to escape, she was the only one there. But she believed that there were other women who hadn't gotten away like her. Intrigued and deeply disturbed by the possibility that there might be more victims out there, the police did everything they could to track her down and bring her captor to justice. But what they discovered about him and the depths of his depravity was far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. This is the terrifying tale of David Parker Ray, the Toy Box Killer, in the small town of Elephant Butte, New Mexico. David Parker Ray was known simply as a quiet guy who kept to himself and mostly kept a low profile. He worked as a mechanic and a contractor and seemed to be an average Joe, but behind closed doors, he was living a truly disturbing double life. In 1989, Ray built a bizarre soundproof trailer that he nicknamed the Toy Box. It was equipped with restraints, gynecological and dental equipment, medical tools, and recording devices. Witnesses later testified that they often saw strange lights shining from inside the trailer at night and heard muffled screams and cries for help coming from inside. It was also said that women were often seen entering the trailer willingly, and some were never seen leaving. But perhaps the most disturbing part of all of this was that according to what the police later pieced together, victims were allegedly held inside for days at a time. While Ray carried out unspeakable acts of torture and violence against them, the first recorded evidence of what went on inside the toy box came when investigators found an audio tape that Ray had made and played for his victims before their captivity. On it, he described in a calm, matter-of-fact tone the horrific ordeal that awaited them once inside the trailer, telling them that he would hurt them in every way imaginable. On April 1999, Cynthia Vigil managed to escape. After being held captive for several days, she ran through the desert in nothing but her underwear and socks, her legs bound together with chains. She eventually flagged down a passing motorist who alerted the police. She told them that she had been abducted by a man named David Ray, taken to his remote property where he shackled her up in a soundproof trailer and tortured her. She said that he injected her with drugs, beat her, burned her with a hot iron, and even shocked her with a cattle prod. And when he wasn't there, 2 other men came to the trailer and assaulted her as well. Finally, she managed to escape when one of the men fell asleep, and she made a run for it. Police immediately went to Ray's property and found the battered and bloodied woman's underwear and socks in a trash bin. They then obtained a search warrant and raided the property. What they found inside the trailer was so disturbing that they had to remove all of the equipment outside to process it. They found the chains, ropes, gags, and other items used by Ray to restrain his victims. They also found detailed notes listing the names and numbers of potential victims. It was clear that Ray had been planning his abductions in advance. Alarmed by what they had found, and believing there may be other victims out there, authorities brought in cadaver dogs, but unfortunately, they weren't able to find anything else. In the end, authorities believed that the quiet, unassuming man had actually been preying on women for decades, and that the true scope of his crimes may never be known. Some investigators even suspected that he had accomplices who helped him carry out his crimes, and that they had disposed of the bodies of his victims. Despite extensive searches, no bodies were ever confirmed. Ray was charged with 15 counts of criminal sexual penetration, 3 counts of kidnapping, and 1 count each of conspiracy to commit murder, possession of a deadly weapon, and unlawful restraint. He was sentenced to 243 years in prison, but died in 2002 of undisclosed causes before he could serve his full sentence. What really happened inside the toy box, and how many lives were taken there? We may never know. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, follow Dark Truth Files for more real crimes, dark twists, and deeper truths.